Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with the third and final video for this spell. So we're going to go ahead and create the action in this one, and it is the parent class is ACF Sustained Action. So we are hijacking this to also do damage when in a sustained effect, because in past examples he has it the sustained action used to target a location, release, and cast a spell. Now, the cool thing about this, the really cool thing about doing it this way, hijacking this one, is if you do also want a spell to activate upon release, there's nothing I have to create to make that happen. It'll just do so. And I'll show you what I mean at the end of this episode. So, we come on in through here. And obviously, we've got a lot that we have to create. But we are going to do this methodically. Thank you. My wife helped me there. My brain was not working that word. So set activate ability and make sure you get the parent. And we need to spawn the target actor. So let's open this up, which is an event. Excuse me. And the target actor is of type AOE sustain spell actor. So make sure you make a class this variable like that. Set it in there. We're going to get the character owner. Which I believe is, yeah, set in the C++. So get the character owner. We'll get the actor transform, spawn actor. Also make sure that it's the owner. And then the auto release. If you don't see this, that's my fault for not pointing it out. So just go ahead and hop into the spell here. And if you come up here, I'm going to show you one of them so that you know what to do. ACF. We select one, instance edible, and expose on spawn. Now, again, I took this from past sustain action, which is why a lot of this is exposed differently. Didn't want to recreate the wheel where I didn't have to. But once you expose the auto release time, trigger action, character owner. Okay, yeah, triggering action, character owner, area size, decal material. Make sure you have this all set up correctly here. As it should be. Let me pull these out a bit because some of these lines are not intertwined properly. Okay. So, now then. One second. No, we're fine. We're fine. My brain stopped braining for a second and tried to tell me I was doing something wrong. We're not. Anyways, we will pull out of the return value to get the target actor. We'll need this later, which is why we set it. And then we'll pull out of there again for the initialize spell. And you're familiar with this part. Just pull out of it and create variables for all of them. So go ahead and pause it if you still need it. We're going to continue on. So back up here at the top where the event activity ability is. After the spawn target actor, we want to check has authority. Again, this is from past because I'm not 100% why we're doing this here, but I trust him. Get the character owner, cast to the character to get character movement component, and set rotation mode to strafing. The next thing we want to do is we want to do a set timer by event. you can do function if you want. Check mana handle is what it is, because we're draining the mana. We want this to stop. We want this ability to stop if there's no mana. Now that I think about it, I think that'll already happen with the change that I made. I'm going to pause and find out. Perfect. No, it won't. Better safe than sorry. Excuse me. So creating the event to check mana with a branch, and we're going to get the action manager. This is provided by Pask. It's the ACF component, ACF ability component, and we'll pull out of there to get gameplay attribute value. Now I've gone ahead and named it draining attribute, and it's set already to mana. But this way, if it's a stamina effect, like you're doing rain of arrows or something, I don't know, then you can have it draining stamina instead. And if it is greater than or equal to, if this value, essentially if it equals 0, then we need to, or less than and equal to 0, there we go, then we need to release the sustained action. So action manager, search for release sustained action, trigger tag release. I have it set to tornado because that's what this spell is. You can leave it blank if you want to. You just need to make sure that you set it. And I'll show you what it needs to be set to when we get to that part. Compile and save. Excuse me. And then we'll come up in here. And the destroy place actor. Is this even called anywhere, actually? Oh, yeah. Destroy target point. For some reason, I was thinking it was named destroy place, destroy the placer. Anyways, destroy target point. If it's valid, destroy the actor for the target actor. End action. So on end ability, we want to clear the mana handle. We don't need it anymore. Technically, it should already cleared automatically when this is destroyed, but sometimes, in very few cases, it doesn't. We don't want this in the ether, so we do that. Target actor. If it's valid, we'll set the target location in this action and destroy that actor. That is it for the action. Now, for me, I'll show you how I organize the variables. In decal, I have area size and decal material under ACF decal. Then the targeting functionality, so auto release and the auto release timer there. Then under magic, we have the max target distance, effect, momentum, interpolation speed, the sustain type, the trigger tag release, and the draining attribute. Under targeting area, we have target actor class, damage types, pulse frequency, Niagara effects, chance to apply, status effect, and then status effects. Under trail area, I'm not going to read them again. So pause it if you still need it. We are going to continue. Now in here, in this ability here, I'll show off some of the stuff. One of the things that you definitely aren't going to know is the effect movement interpolation speed. If you set this to 10, let's save here. Watch the tornado. It's staying very rigidly with the area. If I change this, it was 2, so let's change it to 1. It follows. That way you can get the effect that you want. Sorry. The next thing to note, I'm going to put that back to 2. Is as you can choose the sustained, trail, sustained, and trail. But what I wanted to point out was the trigger tag release, action.spells.tornado. It's the exact same as triggering tag actions.spells.tornado. They need to be identical. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this within the action. Not like it matters. So that's why there's a duplicate there. So go ahead, and once you have the decals set up to how I do, this is a material provided by Pask, so you don't have to do anything special for it. Then you'll set up the damage type. Mine is Frost. Pulse frequency is set to 1. The Frost Tornado that I provided you guys in the first episode. Does it have any effects? I chose no. You can put yes, and as you can see right here, Frozen Status Effect, there's a 25% chance of it. The Trail Actor class, the lifespan of each component is set to 4. Damage types, again, Frost. The damage within is 0.5. The buff_frozen was already in the sample for the trail effects. And again, status effects. This one is only 10%, but we'll go ahead and make it possible as well. Now then, if you want the spell to drain mana, you have 2 options. If we come up here, let me minimize all of these here. Oh, I minimized too much. Yeah. Come up here to the action config, then attribute modifier. Right now we have it set by caller GE. And the statistic I am doing is mana additive -20. So it's going to reduce it by 20 every tick. The other option you have is you can do a custom GE, which I have right here, gameplay effect modify. I go ahead and open it up. It's essentially doing the same thing, except it's looking for mana regen automatically and setting this up like this. Now, why is this important to know? Because if you have effects, or not effects, if you have perks, or but yeah, we'll just stick with perks. If you have perks that make it to where spells will cost less when they have 1, so now your spells will cost 5% less, you're going to want to use a custom GE. That way you can make it to where it determines everything in here. That way you don't have to do the math somewhere else. That's why I wanted to make sure you were aware of it. Custom GE or set by caller. I have it set by caller for now because it's all we really need. And I believe that's all, except the release action tag. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. Let's see here. We will go ahead and when we release, I don't think that's going to work. 1 second. Let me pause and make sure. Yeah, it might work. So let's go ahead and give it a go and see what happens. We're going to tell it to do actions.spells.dropmeteor. Let's save. Hit play. And, here we are. We're doing our thing. And then we release. Says ability triggered. But it didn't do anything. That's okay. That's okay. Now I want to make sure I didn't destroy the other one. 1 second, please. I did delete something earlier. Nope, I didn't break anything. I just misread this cast right here. So it's looking for the placeable spell action BP. Obviously, that's going to fail because that's not what we're using. We're using this one. Don't daisy chain. I'm going to fix this down the road because this is functionality that I do want. But um, just wanted to show you that I do have it now connected. And as I said, if I go ahead and set this up, I'm doing my thing, then I release, boom, look at that. So there's some cool functionality you can already do with ACF, and it doesn't really take much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, looks like there's a warning I need to go ahead and take care of. That's okay. I'll make sure that I do because this works. I'm excited about that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.